Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G, kumusta na kayo? So how does it feel na sunod-sunod or non-stop ng updates ng Miss Universe Philippines about its finals very soon? As we all by now, the whole organization is flying to Bohol for the much-awaited finals night on September 30. Yup, if we're going to base it on Sir Jonas's IG post yesterday. And fortunately, they were finally given the go signal by the IATF to push through with the almost week-long competition. So based sa mga naririnig ko, the girls will be flying to Bohol tomorrow with the finals expected to happen nga on September 30. Now, it remains to be seen if the pageant will be aired live on the same day, September 30. But what we know so far is that ABS-CBN will be airing the finals as per its latest post on Instagram. Pero guys, if you will base it from last year's scenario, they taped the finals, diba, last year and aired it 2 days after. Now, I have a feeling ko lang naman guys, na MUP will adopt the same thing again for this year. But let's see. Just like you guys, I'm also hoping for a live airing of the finals para to get rid of the unnecessary noise or issues that may stem from it. So yes, mag-abang na lang tayo ng updates from both Miss Universe Philippines and ABS-CBN about it. And just a few minutes ago, nagpasabog na si Sir Jonas ulit ng another teaser ng swimsuit competition. Wow, these girls were wearing red swimsuits for the preliminary competition tomorrow. So while we wait, I am so glad that there are so many materials that Miss Universe Philippines is still providing us while we anticipate the finals soon. Last night, the preliminary interview competition was finally aired, and wow! I really find it so interesting that so many girls perform well in this competition. You know, sa totoo lang guys, this is really my most favorite part of any Miss Universe competition because I feel that this segment is really the game changer of the competition. Yung mga girls who are always under the radar, dito nag-e-excel like Rabia Mateo who nailed this round last year, and look what happened to her after this. Diba? So, for this year, which girls do you think nailed this round? Well, let's talk about it on this content. At number 11 is Jasmine OMalley from Manila. You know what guys, when she first came in the interview room, she really reminded me so much of Miss Manila last year, Nakalog. Because I feel the Jasmine that we saw yesterday is not the Jasmine that we always see na very poised, and lalo na when she talks or perform on stage. But with this interview, it really opened a different side of her personality, which I'm glad it happened as we could see so much improvement with her communication skills. And wow, she's now really proving us wrong here by showing us that she is more than just a pretty face because she is able to convey her thoughts cohesively. May sense talaga siyang sumagot itong batang to given her experiences in life. You know what, for me, she really did not just blow away with her statuesque beauty here and impeccable styling, but with her personality as well. You know what, this girl for me could really get in the top 5 of September 30 if other girls don't watch out. And number 10 on my list is Sam Santamaria from Parañaque. Wow, Sam really looked so alta from head to toe in this round last night. From her accent to the way she talked, her hair, makeup, she wasn't really trying to be someone else, as she is a woman who has class and breeding as evidenced by her background. And when you listen to her last night here in this round, she sounded so conversational in everything that she answered. Na very simple and direct, and the way she talks, pronounces her words with her accent, it's very classy, prim, and proper. But more than that guys, ang maganda dito kay Sam Santamaria is that how she was able to utilize her background in student government during college days, that you can see that she was so at ease with her public speaking, especially with her direct eye contact, delivery, and clear enunciation of words. Sanay na talagang magsalita tong si ate girl mo, like how she can switch from casual interviews to very serious ones with such ease right away. And if I may have to nitpick lang, I hope she would relax her face next time around, as I can see that she was so tense and nervous with her conduct there. Had she smiled more in this round, this interview of hers would have propelled her to top 5. And now we go to Steffi Albeda from Cebu province. Yeah, she's part of my top 10. Who here wasn't captivated by Steffi's charm here last night? I mean, ako lang ba? Because to be honest, guys, I was really Steffi was only one of the few girls who had that presence, who had that queenly aura during this activity. Yung tindig niya and the way she conducted herself was so regal here. Meron talagang it factor talaga tong si Steffi that no one can deny. She was just brimming with full confidence last night. And I also love her styling here. Yung teal spaghetti dress na suot niya, ang ganda. And coming to this interview, I know she has been receiving mixed reactions about her interview skills, and I get where they are coming from. But I guess, or I think, I believe that she proved her bashers and naysayers wrong with this interview, as she can communicate her answers well. Her answers here in this round were full of passion and heart, as they did not employ the usual rhetoric or flowery words to get by. For me, she spoke confidently, and you can see that she is smart. She might not have directly answered the questions, nor were there iconic sound bites, but she sounded right during that moment. And you would agree to what she says. Aminin nyo guys, diba? Kasi guys, we have to remember na Miss Universe isn't looking for the best speaker. They want someone who can capture the audience when she talks. Whatever this girl does, Steffi, she gets people to listen and talk. Aminin nyo, that in itself is a talent. And if there is anything to improve with Steffi on this aspect, minor lang. I hope she does not rush it to drive to her point, or she could opt to break down her statement into chunks or phrases, and that sana mas lower ang pace niya para she will sound more authoritative and will give her more time to think, and that her audience as well will have more time to comprehend her answers. Kasi let's face it guys, Steffi is already there so sayang naman kung hindi pa niya ma-address ng flaws na to. She just has to slow down a bit, because let's face it, if we will follow Miss Universe format last time, where the girls will be interviewed casually in between segments, then kayang-kaya talaga ni Steffi yan, as she exudes charm, confidence, and charisma. So, for me, maning-mani na lang talaga sa kanya to Pero yun na nga, pagdating sa mga serious ones, boom! 'Di ba? Ang bilis. Ang bilis niya talaga magsalita. And there is nothing wrong with her grammar, choice of words, or her thought process. But it's just her delivery na mabilis lang, na medyo may problem ako. And I think this is something that Steffi could tweak by practicing more, by speaking slowly in her interviews and maximizing her moment. So, if you ask me, would these interviews of her still merit a top 5 finish here in MUP? Diba? Yes! But if she wins MUP crown on September 30, then she has to work on this aspect of her interview skills. And now we go to our number 8 girl on my list, which is Jeddiah Falconer from Misamis Oriental. Guys, what else can I say? I expected this girl to ace this round, and she delivered. Girl has just cemented herself as a dark horse in this competition. She is really made for this round talaga. Bumubula talaga ang bibig ng babaeng to. And for the first time, I feel Jeddiah Falconer finally arrived at Miss Universe Philippines competition, because we all knew her capabilities, but her previous efforts, feeling ko natatabunan siya. Pero ngayon, you can see the hunger and determination in her eyes to win. I feel like when she stood there in the interview room, she stood there with confidence without looking and sounding cocky. I think her strength, moreover, is her conversational tone of her voice. Yung para lang siya nakikipag-usap sa'yo ng simple, but she is not over-communicating. And my only comment lang siguro is for her to improve the pace of her sentences and allow people to digest whatever she says, because she has this tendency to speak fast. And number 7 on my list is Victoria Velazquez Vincent from Cavite. Wow! There is no doubt that VVV slayed this round with her short but sweet answers in this round. I think this is really her strength here, as you can see her ease in communicating or articulating her thoughts well, given her background in the way that she was brought up to think and speak in English, unlike us here in the Philippines where we translate muna everything in our heads first before we answer. So I think this is clearly VVV's advantage. And through this interview, we also got a glimpse of her intelligence as she was the only one of the few girls who chose to solve the environmental problems. Na oo nga naman, 'di ba? We need to solve our environmental problems first lest we all die in this planet. Makes sense, 'di ba? But more than this, what I love Victoria in this round is that she is not pageant patty with her answers. Her train of thought is not ordinary. If other girls bank on their templated answers, she bank on her wit and eloquence here instead. So, wow. Her answers may seem a little bit flat and sweet, but this is Miss Universe and we want a girl who can give you solid answers. So if I were to nitpick lang, I hope that she could inject more personality in her answers by stressing some of her words in the interview so as not to sound monotonous. I know this is her forte. This is clearly VVV's forte. But if she can probably play with her answers more by showcasing more of herself or endear herself more with her audience, that would really be better. If she could infuse that personality and take verbal cues like when she thanked the crew for giving her a birthday cake at the start of the interview, I thought, wow, she showed some personality there and I hope she could channel a little bit of that when she answers more serious questions next time. Next on my list is Jeddiah Korenihana from Davao del Sur. You know what, guys? She is really one of the biggest revelations of the night. Listening to her, there was just so much calmness to her. Being somebody who is not a frontrunner, we did not know what to expect. So when Jeddiah came in the interview room and opened her mouth, wow, she was a revelation na, ay, pak! This girl has depth and substance pala. Now when she speaks, she easily pulls you in with her charisma, with her short but sweet answers. You know, she is also very smart pala and has maturity like no other, which she highlighted with that sunscreen answer. I thought that was clever and refreshing. Had she added Belo, since it was an MUP sponsor this year, it would have been a home run. She would have scored a home run. So, for the longest time kasi guys, we only keep noticing her about her big hair, but now I think we should pay more attention to the fact that she has been slaying her interview since entering Miss Universe Philippines. I always say that girls like her who are always under our radar just needs a huge moment. And this, I think, is Jeddiah's moment to shine during her stint in Pampanga. And now we go to our top 5, and number 5 on my list is Maureen from Pangasinan. Wow, guys, I just love Maureen here. She was so natural and effortless here. Her hand gestures and direct eye contact to the interviewers make her language more declarative. And her stance, ang ganda ng poise niya. Very feminine, pero hindi pa bebe ah. And what I love about her here is her thought process in her answers. Her choice of words were very clear and understandable as you can see the direction that she is headed to when it comes to driving her points. But what I just love about Maureen most here is that she has this ability to stand tall, side by side with the other girls despite having no experience in pageantry, which reminds me so much of her ASNTM performance a few years, diba? A few years back where she also entered there with no experience and still came out victorious towards the end. Alam mo yung feeling na she can still win, she can always win, and still slay in everything that she does despite the odds. Yup. That's how I am feeling about Maureen right now. And now we go to our number 4 girl on my list, who is Ayin Bernos from San Juan. I guess it's really a given that Ayin would really slay this round. It's just a matter of how I will rank her in this list. There is no doubt that being a TikToker helped her how to talk given her time limit because she knew how to make every phrase of her sentence impactful. Na she knows how to build up a question by answering straight to the point with words na very clear and understandable. Everything about her in this interview is just authentic, which you can help but just root for her to do well, especially during her first and last answer. I thought those were her best answers. Lalo na when she spoke about giving foundation shade to all the Filipinos out there to inspire more people, for these girls to be able to appreciate their skin tone. I thought, wow, she was really on point there. And what I appreciate more about Ayin here is that she is a great listener. She really went for a styling that will really give her the illusion to look tall with that blue collar and vertical or elongated vertical lines, diba? Nakapansin niyo yun. And I'm pretty sure she has something up her sleeve for the preliminary competition this coming Sunday night. Excited ako kung anong meron gagawin si Ayin. Balita ko ang linis-linis na daw ng pasarela na ito. And now we go to our top 3. And number 3 on my list is Katrina Dimaranan from Taguig. I knew this girl would really slay this round as well. You can see that Katrina answered all her questions here remarkably in terms of how she was able to relate each question to herself. But what was so noticeable this time around is her subdued aura and diction she displayed in this interview, which was a world away during the interview challenge last month. I think she switched up her accent and diction here, as I can hear her mid-Atlantic accent. You know what I mean? Which I so like her for this interview. Kasi guys, when you talk about mid-Atlantic accent, it's the accent, or in terms of the way these people speak in American movies. And here nawala yung pagkaslang ni Katrina, which kind of reminds me of how Katrina also lost her Australian accent by the time she competed in Binibining Pilipinas last 2018. So I guess she is one of those people who took feedback and criticism to heart and learned to be better from it. So, yeah. So watching her interview, what I like Katrina about here is that she was so convincing and sincere with all her answers, as she spoke calmly and confidently without those extra hand gestures or movement. But more than that, it was her ability, Katrina's ability to inject words that seemed natural to her. She did not sound so rehearsed, because there were some girls talaga na when they use certain words in the interview, parang feeling mo binaon nila. But with Katrina, it's more spontaneous. As you listen more to her, you begin to be more drawn to her, and that you want to get to know her better. Yun yung vibe niya dito sa interview. And at this point in time, there is no doubt, she has it all. Great looks, attitude, and now winning answers. I'm so close to anointing her as the girl to beat. We just have to watch out the prelims competition on Sunday to seal the deal. And now we go to our runner-up in this round, which I am giving to Kisses Delavin from Masbate. Hands down, she is the only girl who got me teary-eyed after watching the whole thing last night. Kisses brought me in tears with how she conducted herself last night. She was so confident, natural, and relatable. There is no doubt that being in front of the camera for years helped her a great deal in terms of honing her interview skills. Kasi makikita mo yung the way she answers her questions. It was very clear and understandable, and she was very calm, had direct eye contact, and would take a pause from time to time to stress or drive her points. Everything about her here was just pure joy and magical. And I also especially love the part where she acknowledged her privileged life. That's why she wants to give back to the public. Wow, I've never heard of a celebrity who has spoken like this along these lines in anchoring her celebrity status. She really knows her social responsibility at core, and now I get why she is using this Miss Universe Philippines platform to amplify her causes in life, like hunger and malnutrition in her hometown, which she briefly touched up in one of her answers. She was just oozing with relatability, sensibility, and maturity with her answers. I keep saying this, at age 22, she has just so much wisdom and maturity. Talong-talo pa niya ako. Wow. So, galing mo, Kisses here. Well done. But, the best preliminary interview for Miss Universe Philippines goes to Janela Quaton from Albay. Surprise, guys! Yup. a dark horse takes my number one spot for this round, and she's none other than Jeddiah Korenihana from Albay. You know what? She opened this round with a big bang with her sincere and heartfelt answers all throughout the interview. There is no doubt that her sad and painful experiences in life made her become more seasoned as a woman who is full of compassion and maturity in life. And not only that, Jeddiah was able to show us her intelligence here, where she answered everything on point, especially when she was asked to choose what type of government that she would like to take. She said that she would like to have a government in eradicating corruption so it could also tackle our poverty and environmental problems. I thought, wow, she nailed that one right on the head. Makikita mo talagang palaban si Jeddiah dito. Kasi I feel like dito naramdaman ko na she gave a very iconic answer, and that is an iconic answer in the making for me. Cause let's face it, guys, 'di ba? It would have been an easy choice for her to go for poverty and environmental problems, which is not wrong if you're going to ask me, but she picked the toughest choice out of them all and acquitted herself there brilliantly. Plus, if you listen to the tone of her voice here in this round, napakabait ng delivery niya. Hindi siya nangaaway whether you are pro or against the government. And for her, it's all about the basics of using the money in the right means to solve a lot of problems. If this were a final word round in the Miss Universe competition, that would have been an iconic answer easily, I'm telling you guys. So yeah, she really answered that question politically correct. So wow. But what I like her more here is her ability to adhere to the principle of power of threes. Napansin niyo yun when giving examples or articulating her thoughts here in this round. On this answer alone, she was able to exemplify this na she said good governance, good leadership is what we need to tackle poverty, corruption, and environmental problems while showcasing her faith with God with that Bible answer. And with her performance in this round, I am now considering her as a dark horse too, as she is now, as I find her very consistent in all rounds of the competition so far. Good runway skills, great styling, which again she showed here with her malinis na look in that Jerson D blazer suit, and now interview skills. So just like Jasmine OMalley, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeddiah Korenihana makes it all the way to top 5 very, very soon. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my choices for this round? Does it match yours? Sorry guys, I had to trim down my list to just 10 or 11 girls to streamline this whole thing. Cause I feel there were also other girls who did so well here, like Simone Bornilla from Marinduque, who was also such a natural and effortless in this round. And same goes to Miss Siargao, si Michelle Ocol, who was also on point here. She was also brimming with calmness and substance here on this round. So, paano na to, guys? Tapos na. Bukas naman ang much-awaited preliminary competition. So, let's talk more about it on my next content. Gusto nyo ba ng live commentary after the show on Sunday? O wag na, stick na lang ako dito sa mga tape commentaries ko. What do you think? Sige, I will check out your comment about this on my comment section. And thank you again for all the love and encouraging words that you have been sending me here on this platform. In case you have only dropped by here, I hope I could make you a late convert by subscribing to my channel here. Alright guys, see you on my next video. Bye!